I wear a hat and scarf. Brrr, it's cold.
Wow, 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 wow.
I don't know why it's so cold.
It's so cold. And the heat was on. I felt it.
Yeah, it was on. You turned it down, though.
Because I was 70 and I got hot earlier, way earlier.
Yeah, but I didn't know you turned it down. And I was like, God, it's so cold in here. It's 70. Why is it so cold? It should have been.
Because it was after I worked out. I was on my way to go shower. I was like, I'm hot as hell. I turned it back down.
Just because you're hot doesn't mean everybody else is.
Well, it was fine throughout the evening and stuff. But I guess it was nonstop.
Well, you cooked and everything too.
Yeah. I was like, damn, here we are. We sat down after the kids went to sleep. And it's like, geez, now it's cold.
After the kids went down, I was like an ice cube.
Yeah.
And the heat was just cooking.
Cranking. Doing its thing. And it didn't work.
And being down in the basement is just, it's always cold down here. But man, I feel like my nose is cold.
Mm-hmm. I don't even have arms.
I know. They fell off.
They did.
You're not showing your legs off this week.
No. Last week it was fine. It was fine. But not this week. This week or today, it's just I can't.
And you would think with our past week, we'd be much more resilient with the cold.
Yeah, because we've been kicking it with our February challenges. We've cold plunged because we went and did a DIY trough, a horse trough.
It's a water trough from the tractor supply store.
It's just a big black plastic tub.
Holds 100 gallons or 110 gallons or something like that.
Because the first night we did it, we filled it with just a hose water, like our well water. Yeah, and we temped it, and it was like 54 degrees, and like we couldn't even
sit in it.
I got on my knees, and I was like, I don't like this
because I don't think, did I sit in it that first night? I thought I just like put my legs in it and I was like, I'm out.
I don't remember.
You recorded it, but I
don't remember.
But then it was like, the next morning it was like 45 or 44 or something like that.
Yeah, it dropped 10 degrees, I remember. Mm-hmm.
And I think we did 30 seconds each in like 44 degree water. It was like, oh man, that was. Oof.
And then today, the ice on top, you had to break it with a sledgehammer, like actually swing the sledgehammer.
Because I hit it with the sledgehammer like, I don't know, it was probably 10 times. And then I started to record a video because I had hit it so many times. I was like, we're not going to be able to do it today.
Yeah, you just can't break through.
Because it was that thick. And then, of course, like I started recording the video and then punched through the ice. And it was like, oh no.
It was like 3-4 inches thick of ice.
Yeah. Well, and not only was the top ice, but everything around the tank, everything that was touching a wall of the tank, and the tank's plastics. Yeah. So it's not like it's a metal tank, but yeah, it was just ice.
Because then you broke it up. I went out, I don't know, within a half hour, 15 minutes.
Yeah, it was
I had to
quick.
re-break the ice.
Yeah.
Because it was so cold today.
And then even after, so then you did it.
I did a minute and 15 seconds.
And then I went out maybe 30 minutes after, and then it was frozen again.
Yeah. And it was like I felt like the Titanic. Because you were just sitting there, like, because, you get in.
Surrounded by icebergs.
Yeah. And the water's like, doo-doo-doo-doo. And the ice is like stabbing you in the back. It's like, whoa, back up.
Rude.
Get off of me. It's like, no, it's just bumping you.
Yeah.
It's like, jeez.
Yeah, because we started last Sunday. We're recording the Saturday night, so we've done it. We'll call it 6 days, but I mean, like, really seriously done it for probably at least 4 or 5.
5, yeah.
But it was 55 degrees, 45 degrees, and then the next series of days was below freezing.
I think today's high was like 13, 11.
Yeah, it's very cold.
It's cold, and then it's going to start warming up. I mean, upper 30s, mid 40s next week, I think. But
so the water has just been roughly around 33, 34 degrees.
If we could do it now in February, like come March, April, May, June, easy. I'm going to stay all day in that thing.
Well, and like last summer when we would fill up the kiddie pool for the kids, with the hose water, it's still about the same temperature the groundwater is. It's like mid 50s. It's like, oh no, that's too cold. I can't be in that. And like especially Bert was just like,
she didn't care.
She was waist deep in the water, just like, what? I'm having so much fun.
Yeah.
But now it's going to be like, oh, this is warm. This is bath water.
Yeah, because we've been doing that. I've done 30 minutes of lifting every day.
And
20
cardio.
minutes of cardio. I missed one day of cardio, but I just felt like my body was like, I didn't even want to walk. Because I've done like a low impact bike. I walked. I think I did an interval run class. Like I've kind of mixed it up, but I was just like, I can't.
Yeah.
And I don't feel bad about missing it because I think I told you, like when I looked at my Garmin, I was like, I burned probably an average of 500 calories a day.
Which is a lot.
Just active calories, not even like, no, maybe it was. No, it was active. Not even like just resting.
I think that, doesn't it like categorize them out in Garmin?
Yeah.
Like
active and then
existence.
Yeah.
Like just
I don't
being
know what
a person.
It's called,
Yeah.
But it's like, I just feel great.
That's awesome. Because we also haven't been eating out.
Yeah. We've wanted to. We've been trying to bargain.
Well, day one.
How many stages of grief are there? 12? I don't know. We've gone through them.
7?
I'm kind of stuck on bargaining.
No, I want to look it up. But yeah, I haven't. Well, I worked out once or twice.
I don't remember.
But I guess I did say that the cold plunging was going to be my thing, and then us not eating out.
Yeah, which I feel like it's going to be hard. I mean, it has been hard, but we've still been kind of going through, the groceries and stuff. But like I drove past Taco Bell, taking Bird out today to the shops, and I was like, ooh, I could stop at Taco Bell real quick.
Oh my God, everything on here. One's 5 stages, one's 7 stages, and one is 9 stages.
Oh.
There's a lot of grief going around.
Yeah, I mean, I feel that. Talking about, last episode, how sad it was.
Yeah, that's true. Grief, denial, anger, depression, bargaining, acceptance is like seems like the standard 5 stages. And then I think the 9 stages is just kind of like, I don't know, expanding on those 5.
Yeah.
So it's like shock, denial, shock/denial, disorder, anger, guilt and bargaining.
Okay.
Distress, depression, loneliness, withdrawal, and then acceptance.
It's too many. There's lots of the same words that mean this, you know what I mean?
So, but yeah, it's all very similar
Synonyms.
things. Yeah. Distress and depression. It's like
shock, distress.
Yeah. Anyways, I almost fucked up the no eating out thing day one for breakfast.
Right.
I took the kids to daycare, and on my way home, I was like, man, a breakfast sandwich sounds so good. I should stop and get breakfast sandwiches. And then, I'm maybe halfway to the, Dunkin' Donuts, and it was like, no, we're not eating out.
You can't do that.
Yeah, I almost screwed it up.
Yeah, because we said, if we go and eat there, it doesn't count because we're not getting takeout.
Well, and it's
a production.
It is. With both the kids, to go somewhere to eat is a whole ass event. If we get a babysitter and the 2 of us go, it almost feels too easy.
Yeah.
Wait, I just show up and order food and then I eat it?
I don't have to worry about feeding anyone else.
I don't have to share this food with anybody?
Oh, that's the biggest one.
I don't have to share my seat with anybody?
Like at dinner tonight, we had meatball subs, which were actually pretty good. And I made broccoli as a vegetable because you have to have a fruit and a vegetable for the kids. I put broccoli on my plate. The last thing I fucking even wanted to look at was broccoli. Because sometimes, I'm just on green strike. I did have a salad this week. 2 salads.
I was going to say
salads.
I was going to say we had several
I had a couple salads. So, things are moving up in the world for us.
We haven't thrown away the lettuce yet, which is doing great by our standards.
And if we do throw it away, you know what? I used it. I opened it. I consumed it.
We didn't throw all of it away.
All of it. So progress. Check that box.
Baby kale steps.
That's right. So yeah, I only put broccoli on my plate because I knew that little hooker would eat it. Because mommy broccoli tastes better than Bert broccoli.
Before we even sat down at the table,
she hosed her broccoli. She ate
finished
all of
hers, and then I thought it was really funny because you were feeding Craig, and she just like snatched your broccoli and like shoved all of it in her mouth.
It was like 3 and really big florets.
Her cheeks were like all puffed out, and she's like,
like whatever, man.
And then she climbs down and she goes, I want to sit with you, Daddy. And then comes over and sits in my lap and then eats the broccoli off of my plate. Yeah. I didn't even touch my broccoli.
Because she asked for more kitchen broccoli.
Oh, that's right.
She didn't, I had a couple of pieces left on my plate, but she didn't want those then. She wanted kitchen broccoli. Yeah. So then, I don't know, I think you went and got her more.
I did, and she didn't eat it.
She didn't. Then she ate mine. Then she went and ate yours.
She tried to take some from Craig.
And he snatched it off the table like,
Yeah.
Broccoli fiends.
Yeah. Having any kind of meal with kids is an adventure. So
she ate half of my sandwich for lunch.
That's right. I forgot she did that.
Because she'd take a bite, she'd run back into the living room. She'd come back. I stopped eating it because I knew she would.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, whatever. If she wants to eat my sandwich, at least I know she's eating something.
Right.
After she had turkey, an orange and a half.
It was.
She ate a lot.
And
yeah, she always eats my stuff. So it's like taking her anywhere. She wants to crawl under the table. She wants to walk on the table.
And she's not really old enough yet to have like specific preferences. So you order things that she has eaten in the past. It's a total roll of the dice if she's going to eat any of it. You're almost better off just ordering your own food.
And she'll eat some of that.
And she'll just eat some of that. And like Craig's easy because it's just like, here, bud, have some little scraps off of my plate. Here's some baby food. Chilling.
Because we did get we used to get like tubs of puree, but now we've switched over to the smoothies. They call them, and it's just puree in a pouch. But oh my God, 2 for $2?
Yeah.
I joked that we'd have to double the order so I could have some.
Little Spoon, if you're listening, we'd love a sponsorship.
Oh my God, Little Spoon. You've been great.
Yeah.
And delicious.
It's been a really great service. If anybody has young kids or is going to be having kids, Little Spoon, not sponsored. Yeah. Not paying us a dime. We've spent a lot of money with Little Spoon.
We spent a lot of money. Because it's more expensive than just going to the store, like the box store, and buying it. But it comes to you.
Yep.
It's
all perishable.
Yeah. It's organic, cold pressed, which I don't I don't care.
You can read all this shit on the website.
It comes to me, and that's what I like about it.
But I like that it's not.
You can pick what you want.
And it's not full of preservatives.
Right.
So you feel like you're making better decisions for the kids.
And it's he's had things that I haven't had.
I was going to say, and most of them have been really good.
There's been a couple that were super gross.
Well, and we've had a couple that arrived that we were like, isn't.
The texture was questionable. Yeah. Of course, I didn't complain or anything. I just threw them away and moved on.
And almost everything we gave him, he just would plow through.
I don't think there was anything he didn't like.
The beans.
Well, yeah, I think that was my fault. I think it was a little too advanced.
Yeah.
And those beans were hard. I don't know if they were cooked all the way, but...
Anyways.
Whatever. Yeah. Long story short, Little Spoon smoothies, 2 for $2. Delicious.
Yeah.
Bert wasn't super crazy about the peaches and cream, but I don't think she was expecting...
Peaches and cream?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She probably thought it was applesauce. And, it was like Greek yogurt and peaches with some squash in it, apparently. I looked at the ingredients. And I was like, yummy.
They were pretty good.
They were. So I'm excited for tomorrow.
I love that you're looking forward to his food.
It's the mom tax. I have to try everything he eats. Because also, it's if it's nasty, like that medicine, it's I'm not going to give it to him.
Because there was an outbreak of croup.
Croup?
Some coughing illness at the daycare.
He had a cough.
And he had a cough, but it wasn't really bad. And we wouldn't have taken him to the doctor except the daycare threw a fit. So we took him to the doctor, and the doctor was like, it seems like he's kind of at the tail end of croup or something similar.
Whatever it was, yeah.
So we're just going to give him a steroid to help him get through the cough. And I was like, all right, cool. I don't even remember what the name of the medicine. I know I've heard the name of the medicine before, but it you opened it and you could smell it, and instantly, as soon as you smelled it, you're like, "Whoa, that smells harsh,
heavy,
and
strong."
We put it we've got like a little binky with like a syringe input, so you can put the binky in their mouth and like pump the medicine in, and the medicine hit his mouth and he immediately threw up
everything.
And I was like, it can't be that bad, right? Or like, I kind of thought we might have like shot it down his throat or something. No, as soon as I tasted it, oh God.
It makes my cheeks sour just thinking about it.
And then even Bert tried it, and Bert gagged.
Yeah.
And it was like...
She's a tank.
Okay.
Yeah, no one's getting this. We're throwing it away.
I put it in 8 ounces of juice.
That's right.
And you could taste it over 8 ounces
it made it even
juice.
Stronger.
Oh, it was bad.
Like it fed on the juice and made it worse.
It lived off the juice.
It hungers.
It hungers.
It was so nasty. Yeah.
But yeah, so, and all of that whole side trail was just to say, if we go out to a restaurant, we're not counting that as takeout, because the likelihood that we're going to go out is pretty slim, unless it's like a date night and we have a babysitter. The kids are, what's going to be really hard is tomorrow morning.
Yeah, because
Sundays,
it's normally coffee and donuts day.
Sundays are always donut day. So now we were trying to bargain on if we go to the grocery store and the grocery store has a bakery section and they have donuts, is that the same?
Well, because I feel like because we'll need milk. So like if we got donuts from the grocery store, milk, and like maybe a couple other grocery items for the week,
then
that's a grocery trip. But I feel like if we just go in and get donuts and come back out, that's takeout.
That just sounds like...
I'm bargaining.
You're just adding more steps in to make it... You're like trying to disguise the fact that we're getting donuts. Like, look over here, we got milk.
Razzle dazzle. We do kind of... we don't like need milk like right now, but like soon.
But we should get it to make it look like we're not just getting donuts.
Exactly. We do. She did buy like the powdered sugar mini donuts from one of the shops today.
Yeah.
But whatever. We've lost weight, which wasn't necessarily the intention, but like...
Yeah, I've actually lost... Overall, I'm down 17, 18 pounds.
Since when? Do you know?
I mean, when we really started working out heavy, which I guess was like shortly after... Black Friday, when we bought all the new stuff. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, probably since I'll call it like early December.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
So like December, January, first week of February.
I've always been a little bit of a roller coaster.
And I guess that's really been without like, I'm not lifting like 5 days a week or anything like I really want to, nor am I cardioing that often either. Most of it's just been like we're eating better.
Yeah.
Even like outside of this week, because we started getting those factor meals.
Yeah. A handful of weeks ago.
Maybe a month ago, 3 weeks ago.
Factor, if you want to, yeah,
if you want to throw a sponsorship our way, we're paying for that service too.
I know, it's just so easy.
Well,
and that's what I'm here for. I'm here for that convenience.
Well, and we've justified it too, but because throughout the week, typically, we were going out to eat, not every day, but like
twice.
I was going to say at least 3 times a week.
Well, the days that you're in the office, I'd say.
Yeah. So it was like at least 3 days a week we were buying lunch, and that could be anywhere from $20 to $30.
Right.
And the factor meals I think are like $7 or $8 a serving.
I don't know. I just pay for it.
We did the math at one point.
It comes out of my bank account weekly, and I just don't think about it.
Yeah.
I don't want to think about it.
But we get 10 meals.
10 meals,
So then we each have enough for the week. We don't necessarily always eat them throughout the week, so then they kind of bleed over into the weekend or whatever, but they're all pretty good. Yeah. And it's nice because you like can choose what you get. It's not all like a surprise or anything.
So that's been nice.
Yeah.
But again, I guess as a segue too, going back to the cold plunges that we've been doing, I was like, I'm going to hate this. Because I hate being cold. I think it's trash. But having done it, especially first thing in the morning, because I know, as historically I have been a self-help book, you do the hard thing first in the morning. You know what I mean? You take those souls. You have a tactical advantage.
It might have been Atomic Habits. They talk about eating the frog.
Sure.
So you eat the frog because it's the thing you don't want. So you do that first.
Like the other night, I ate my green beans first.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Green.
Yeah.
Like the frog.
Yeah. You eat your green beans first and then you feel better.
And then you can have your cake later.
Exactly.
Yep.
But it's like there's something about it. Because everyone we've told about doing this, except for one person, was like, nah, I ain't ever doing that.
Right.
And it's like, you being a bitch. And the person that said they would try it, they know who they are. Hoink. I see you. I appreciate you. But everyone else, fucking pussies.
Now, I will say, every single day, no, not every day. Mm-hmm. Most days I have to stand outside of the cold tub and stare at the ice and go, I don't really want to do this. And then I take a deep breath and I put my ass in that tub. And then I sit there. The longest I've gone now is 2 minutes, but usually like a minute to a minute and a half. But man, you get out of that tub, you feel like you're on another fucking level. God. And it sounds like hype. It sounds woo-woo.
I thought it was hype. I was like, this is so woo-woo. It's something that white people do.
I mean,
it is.
It is.
But like having done it, and I've said this probably every day, I get out and I'm just toxic.
Yeah.
Call me Britney Spears, baby, because I am dripping with toxicity.
Yeah. I feel like everybody I walk past, I'm like, you're a bitch. You're a bitch.
I'm better than you.
I'm so much tougher than you are. You can't even get in my fucking head because you can't handle this shit.
You suck.
I got ice in my veins because I'm fucking frozen right now, baby. Call me Elsa.
People get pissed at me every day. Boom, baby, your claim's denied. Fuck with me. You can't hurt me.
Yeah.
I can't hurt me.
David Goggins style. Right. Can't hurt me. Yeah, it's hard to describe. Now, I think if you do it once, you wouldn't. It's not that. It's like it's the daily doing something that you really don't want to do, and then man, my body just feels better. And part of that, I'm sure, is the eating better. But like, I feel so much. But
there's
better.
something too. So it's like I don't know, because we've been wearing swimsuits.
Yeah,
and mine's a little tight up top. I don't feel good in it. But there's something like when you get in 32-degree water, something about your body just like tightens up.
Could you imagine your body's also like, get me the fuck out of here?
It's like, you put ice on something that's swollen and the swollenness goes swollen, whatever, what I'm fucking saying.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, you get out and you're like, oh, hello.
Hey.
Yeah, you're bright ass red, but I look good.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it is something that you need to do in a safe environment.
Yes.
You shouldn't go out to the middle of a field and fill a tub full of water and then, it's 18 degrees outside and you're just standing out there wet. Not a good idea. We're like 3 feet from a heated garage. So
you pop in, you pop out, you run inside.
Yeah. I mean, the whole event, it takes longer to get ready and then dry off than it does to actually sit in the tub. Because
I've worked up to 1 minute and 15 seconds. I'm going to try to do 1.5 minutes tomorrow with my hands under, because I also haven't put my hands under. But you know what? That's more than most people.
Right. You're beating everybody on the couch.
Exactly. It's a hard thing. You get it done first.
Yeah.
And you just feel better than everybody.
Because you kind of are.
And whatever your hard thing is, I'm not here to trash people or, I'm not here to yuck your yums.
Yeah, maybe the hard thing is like getting up. And eating a good meal.
Right, just getting out of bed. I feel you. Yeah, I've been there too.
True. This morning was that for me. I mean, like, I don't know what it was this morning, but like, I was just in a mode where it's like, I don't want to parent anybody.
I know.
I don't want to take care of little humans all day. I don't want to have to entertain somebody all day. I don't want to take care of myself. I just want to lay on the fucking couch and be a puddle of goo.
I want to be a blob that gets takeout.
Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. And I didn't want to deal with anybody's bullshit. And, Bert has really been pushing some fucking buttons lately.
She's been real whiny.
And so it's like, I just didn't want to do it. And like, you guys went to go to the pharmacy. And I was like, I'm going to go do this fucking cold plunge. I don't want to do this stupid ass. Who the fuck is going out? It's 13 degrees outside. There's 14 inches of ice on top of this fucking tank. And then I went out there. I took my goddamn shirt off. I stood there so the neighbors could all see me, and they're going, "What the fuck?"
I know, they probably think we're crazy.
I jumped my ass in that stupid, and I talked shit the whole time I was in the tub, because that's one of the things I've been trying really hard to do, is like to talk while I do it. Just one, to keep my mind busy, but also like practicing my breathing and whatever. But so like I was just talking like, this is so fucking stupid. Why would anybody do this shit? I feel like a Dr. Pepper in a glass of ice right now.
Right.
So yeah, I didn't want to, and then I got out and I was like, God, I feel fucking great.
Well, so you did something you didn't want to do.
Yeah,
and there's something about that just feels good.
Yeah, it has been really nice, and I hate that I like it so much.
I know, me too. Because I was like, I'm not gonna like it. I'd rather have a sauna because I don't like being cold.
Yeah.
Oh no, there's something about it.
Because
then you get out and then your body's like heat, and then you get hot.
And like I also kind of found myself just like, I don't know. It's like my boss for the day. Like if it was like a video game, like it's my level boss I have to get through every day. So like if I don't do it first thing in the morning, I'm in the back of my head, I'm going, you still got to fight the boss. You still got to get through that hard thing. You haven't done the hard thing yet.
Because everything else after that is easy.
Well, and everything else even leading up to it, you're like, well, it's not as hard as sitting in a fucking tub of ice for 2 minutes. And then you get in it and you get out and you're like, I'm just fucking better.
It's like, am I the asshole?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Yes, I am. Welcome.
I am that motherfucker.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, goals have been going pretty well.
Yeah.
I do want to start meditating again because we haven't done that. And I haven't done any yoga. I don't think you've done any yoga. I'm sorry, Adrian.
I know.
She's
so sweet.
I want to center myself. I know.
I don't have time.
I have time. I can make the time.
I mean, I'm sure I could too,
but like we haven't been sleeping through the night, or at least I haven't. Most of the time you don't even realize, but
well, yeah. It's like, whoa, there's a kid in my bed.
There's a baby here.
How'd she get here? Sometimes she ends up on my side. And it's like, I think a couple times I was like, I vaguely maybe remember having a conversation. It's like, okay, you can get up here for a minute. And then hours later, she's still there. And it's like, but did we have that? Did she just climb up here? Are you my kid? Where'd you come from?
Yeah. Nights have been rough. Bedtime is still rough. I know we talked about that, and then now we're in this like new, everything's whining.
Yeah.
It's like, it's like, oh my God.
Talk about a trigger.
I just don't want to hear it. Well, and I do feel like that's some unresolved shit from my childhood, because if I whined like that, I would just got fucking punched in the mouth. And I think it sends me to the moon. I feel myself getting angry so quickly when and like I feel like I keep my cool through most of it. Oh, not that.
I've tried. Yeah, it's so hard.
Especially like she's in this new thing of like, I want to do it like a big girl. And it's like, okay, so do it. I want to do it. Okay.
Yeah, I want to do it. I want to do it. I want to do it. And then she just doesn't do it.
Go ahead and do it. And then it's like a 10-minute discussion of like, okay, put your pants on. And then she just lays there and whines. And it's like, you need to go to fucking bed because you're tired. Now I'm tired and I'm getting a little fucking flustered.
Like the other morning, we all woke up late.
Oh my God.
Like an hour late.
An hour. It was bad. And it was.
I shot awake like, wait, there's something we need to be doing and it's not this.
You jumping awake woke me up and and it was just, yeah, we were way behind.
My alarm was still on, but it never went off.
Because typically we're out of the house by like 7:30 and we woke up at like 7:50.
Yeah. I was like, oh shit, we gotta go.
And like, getting Craig ready is like whatever.
Yeah.
He gets a diaper change and a bottle.
He's just along for the ride.
And then he's chilling. But man, Bert was...
You can't rush her. If she's rushed, she shuts down.
Well, and we did wake her up in a tizzy.
Yeah.
None of us had slept that night because she was up 15 times throughout the night. So she was exhausted. We were tired. We were late. We both needed to get to work.
It was a little high anxiety situation.
It was rough. It was not good. So, we had a little bit of a fucking meltdown all around. All of us had a meltdown.
We all did. Each one but Craig.
Except
he was
for
just
Craig.
like, stop, I'm on the floor. Bop, bop, bop.
I'm going to go pull myself up over here. It's pretty cool, huh? But yeah, being a toddler parent it's work.
It's hard.
It is hard work.
They say, terrible twos. It's like, it's not, it's hard for the kid, but like, it's really hard for us. No one talks about it. Everyone says parenting's hard, but.
Well, I think everybody talks about too, like it's the terrible twos, but it's like, what does that mean?
Right.
This is what it means.
We're in the thick of it. They say threes are pretty bad too.
Well, we're coming up on 3 pretty fast, and it doesn't feel like anything's slowing down.
It's just different.
Yeah. It makes you wonder if Craig's going to be the same way.
Right.
Or like if things will be either more severe or less severe based on him watching his sister, but God
at least he's missing all this, so maybe that's good. He's not getting any ideas.
the other thing that doesn't help is daycare.
Right.
Because like they all have 10 examples to look at. And
the spitting.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the spitting. That's like a recent last few days thing. She started spitting at us.
Yeah.
She spit at the mirror. She was spitting on us. She spit on my forehead the other night when I was laying in her bed. And
that sends me too. Like, don't you dare spit on me.
And I thought I was going to throw her through the window. I was just like, why would you do? And she thinks it's hilarious. Ugh. Yeah, the spitting thing really sends me.
Spitting. Don't spit on me. Don't spit on the dog. Don't spit on the floor.
Well, it's like spitting and hitting.
Yeah.
You
don't do that.
You don't do it to anybody or anything, period. End of story. Unless you have consent in the bedroom.
Hey.
But yeah, it's just, I hate it. She's got a lot of new behaviors. I feel like recently that are just incredibly triggering to me, where I just go from 0 to 100, and I don't have a fuse in there to like cut off the flow of anger, and you can't rationalize with a toddler. She doesn't care.
You just kind of got to walk away. And she's going to throw a fit because you walked away from her, but Well,
that's what I had to do tonight.
Yeah.
Because it was just the whiny shit in her bedroom. And like most nights we lay with her until she's like mostly asleep. And then you just like, all right, good night. And she said she wanted me. I laid in her bed. She didn't want me to lay down. She was pushing me away. And then as soon as I'd get up, she'd cry. And then I was laying there and then she like put all her weight on my throat. And I know she wasn't like trying to hurt me. She was just trying to be like in my face.
Right.
But like, again, it was just one of those things. I was like, I am out of here, bro.
I gotta go.
I can't do this anymore. Because she was like screaming in my face. It was the whole thing. But you know what? She's asleep now.
Yeah. She calmed down. Well, once I got in there, she calmed down fairly quickly.
Yeah.
But what can you do?
Kids.
Every day's a new day and we're getting through it.
It makes you really appreciate the infant years.
Yeah.
When you've got a toddler and an infant, it makes you really love the infant years. You realize how easy. I was going to say, you realize how easy the infant years were, because there was not a whole lot of sleep with Bert, but then like once we got the sleep training thing down and we got through teething, easy.
I know. We haven't started the teething yet with Craig, so I know that's coming.
Yeah.
But God, it's just he's so happy.
He's going to get 20 teeth all at the same time. He's going to wake up one day and just shine some gleamers at us. We're going to be like, dang, where'd them come
get
from?
them all at once. That'll be fine.
Yeah, but they're just happy to see you.
Everything is magical. They're learning nonstop, doing those milestones. Just like once they start, it's just an avalanche.
Yeah. And like as long as they're fed and their diapers are clean.
Yeah. Get that nap schedule going. Get them on a routine.
So easy.
So easy. It's like, oh, you're fussy? What time is it? Oh, you're hungry. Okay. Let's eat. Let's take a nap, and then we'll get back up and do it all over again.
Yep. But man, none of that shit works with toddlers because they're exhausted, but they don't want to sleep. or
they're too tired to sleep.
Right, too tired.
Right.
Or they're hungry, but they don't like what they've got on the plate.
Mm-hmm.
You
They
know,
want something else.
it's just they're never satisfied.
Never.
They are the most toxic relationship you could ever have, but you can't walk away from it.
You can't.
You have to just thank you, ma'am. Can I have another?
Yeah.
So yeah, toddlers are great. Kids are great. Everybody.
But then when she's so sweet, she's so fucking sweet.
I mean, yeah, the dopamine that you get from a kid when you get like that unrequested hug and like
God. When she just turns and looks at you, is like, "I love you."
You're just like,
okay.
Yeah, great.
Oh my gosh, what did she? She didn't hear what I said, so she went, "Please,"
because you do that.
Because I do that to her. And I was like, "God damn it, you're so cute." Please, because she didn't hear me. Oh. Little fucking hooker.
Yeah, see, look, you've already switched moods. You went from like I'm annoyed with her to like, oh, look how sweet she is.
And then I feel guilty for having been annoyed with her.
Yeah. As soon as I get angry, I feel guilty for being angry, but I also don't know what to do with it. I'm just like, oh.
Put your fucking pants on. Oh, I shouldn't have said that, but put your pants on, please.
Get in your fucking bed. I mean, go to sleep. I mean, relax.
Please go get in your bed. Because, I was like, it's okay to get frustrated. Mommy and daddy get frustrated.
We're frustrated right now.
You got to talk through those feelings.
Yeah.
It's like a therapy session every time she has a meltdown.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's its own special ring of hell is trying to negotiate with the toddler. It would be interesting to see if there's like an FBI negotiator that just like mastered toddlerhood. They're just like.
It's a class. It's a whole semester they have to go through.
Yeah. Negotiating with terrorists 101. Yeah. Start with toddlers.
Here's a 2-year-old. Good luck.
Great training tool. Take it to a daycare.
So, we're not playing with toys today.
We're not watching TV. I want to watch TV.
Ping pong.
I want to say please.
Jeez. What can you do?
It's a wonderful life.
It really is. It doesn't sound like it, but we're just keeping it a buck.
Yeah, I mean,
keeping it 100, as they say.
I really like to think that these are going to be the hardest years because we're really forming those, brain connections, and we're working through a lot of like new things.
We're building the tools. We're giving her the toolbox now so she can fill it with tools.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't know. I took a thing once, or a class, or I was like, you got a toolbox for like mental stuff. You know what I'm talking about? No one does. It's fine. No one gets me. Your toolkit? I'll workshop it. Okay. I'll find out the deets.
Sure.
And I'll bring it back next time.
Sounds good.
Okay.
You'll write that down in your notes?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll listen to this back. Clip it.
So the main topic that we were going to do today is relationship advice. Mm-hmm. Am I the assholes? Or ask Reddit. Well, as I've been clicking through these threads over here, a lot of them have been deleted.
Oh, no.
I read some of them, but I don't want to try and like quote all of it back. So we'll just start with this one because this is the first one that actually pulled up.
Yeah, for sure.
So this is from r/relationship advice. Mm-hmm. 23 female, 25 male. I had a pregnancy scare, and my boyfriend's reaction to it all is weirding me out.
Okay, wait. She's 23. He's 25.
Correct.
Got it.
A few things happened that led up to the pregnancy scare. A condom broke, and I skipped my period. I think it's due to me being sick and stressed, which doesn't often happen to me. Got a pregnancy test, fucked it up as I didn't know how to use it, and it came out void.
Okay.
So I'm guessing it just said not pregnant, or like it was like a false negative. Why do bad things happen all at once? Fuck me. Was that a stressful week? Apparently you have to do the test first thing in the morning on a certain day.
Yeah, I mean,
or you
it's
could
stronger.
take 6 like you did with Bert.
But you have to be sure. Yeah, because you're supposed to take it like first thing in the morning because like the hormone, whatever it is like supposed to be stronger. Because you haven't peed for hours.
That's not true. You get up and pee at least once.
Well, okay, me. But like most people who don't have an emotional support water bottle probably don't wake up to pee at night.
Oh, you mean this emotional support water bottle?
Okay.
Anyways, I thought I was pregnant and booked a doctor's appointment, so I was a bit unsure for a week or so if I was or wasn't pregnant.
Okay.
Good news is I wasn't. My doctor went through the birth control options with me and sent me to the local sexual health clinic as they have group meetings for learning.
Okay.
I guess maybe this is going to sound rude, but like you're 23 female and you don't know those things? 23?
I don't know.
That feels like if it was 18, sure. But like 23?
Maybe she didn't have any sexual partners and didn't need to.
Sure. I guess I don't have her whole background, but
Sure.
You learn about that stuff in like the 5th grade.
Yeah. I mean, there's instructions
unless you were like homeschooled or something.
Yeah. There's instructions on how to take pregnancy tests or like you Google it or whatever. But not everyone.
Sheltered.
Yeah.
Okay. I have always been upfront with my boyfriend that I don't want kids, and according to him, neither does he. When I told him the news, he was ecstatic and couldn't wait to start, quote, our little family. I kept trying to remind him that I didn't want this, but he was too caught up in it all. I sort of left him to it after that and dealt with it myself. I was stressed out as it is. I didn't need to deal with a whole other person on top of it. He clearly knew that I didn't want to be pregnant, and if it actually came down to it, I will terminate the pregnancy.
Okay.
2 days later, he came back to me telling me that he was all sorted out. 2 days later, he came back to me telling me he has it all sorted out. A coat hanger, you might ask? No. He sorted out living arrangements for us to move in together back in his childhood bedroom with his parents on the opposite side of the country. His parents were positively thrilled, and his mom has tried to call me multiple times. He had started buying furniture online for us and had them delivered and told me we were going to go over next weekend to set it up and start moving.
Wait. She's like, hey, I might be pregnant. And he's like, I got you, fam. Like it wasn't even confirmed.
Yes. Yeah. Well, not only that, he's like set up.
Right. And told his parents.
Got a place for them to live, bought furniture, had it shipped. You're moving real fast.
And I guess too, maybe, I know, go ahead and finish it.
There's not much left.
Okay.
This is also sudden considering at this point, I didn't actually know I was pregnant.
Right.
On top of that, I have met his parents once. I live near my parents and I live on my own in an apartment. He is in a house share. If I was pregnant and wanted to keep it, he had just picked the weirdest and dumbest idea. I haven't actually told him that I'm not pregnant yet. I found out yesterday, and all I have is this, and I want to talk about it, which I feel should happen in one go.
And I mean, maybe, obviously, I'm me, they're them.
But this is our opportunity to just
right.
talk about it.
I'd leave him. And then, but it's like, my thing is too, it's like, I don't know. When I found out I was pregnant, obviously I took a bunch of tests because I wanted to be sure. And it's also like, we didn't tell anyone until I was at least 12 weeks.
Yeah.
Because like miscarriages are so common. And it's like, I don't, not that it's wrong or it's bad to have a miscarriage. I mean, people, like 1 in 4 people, 1 in 3.
It happens a lot.
Get them. Like it's just something that happens for no reason at all. And no one's at fault for having one. But it's like, I didn't want to have to go through, we announce it and then have to recant it and be like, I miscarried. Well, not because it's shameful, but because I don't want to have to live through that trauma every time someone asks.
Well, and I think it's maybe you don't even say like, I had a miscarriage,
right?
But then it turns into the next time you see somebody, they're like, oh, how far along are you now? And it's like, oh God, right. I have to do this again.
Exactly. And I didn't want to have to do that.
Yeah.
And just for me. So it's like, I don't know, for her to be like, you know, I could be, and he's like, boom, I'm gonna go tell my parents right now.
Yeah.
It's like, don't go telling people my business. And I get, you know, some people are closer to their parents than us.
Well, and he was also potentially going to be a dad, so
right.
it's exciting for, I mean, I guess exciting for him. It's strange to me that he was like, I don't want kids. And then as soon as they find out, he's like, boom, right. I'm a dad. And like, I'm going to buy all this stuff. And like, you're going to move in with me and my roommates.
And it's like,
going to be great.
Let's talk about it first. And the fact that he like jumped in and made all those decisions without her is like a big red flag to me.
Yeah. And I think men, I'll address this towards men. Your job, if your partner is pregnant, is to support them in everything. So she wants to decide where to live. You guys work through that together. You want to pick out a crib. You guys decide on that shit together. Whatever it is a partnership.
Well, and I guess, you know, this is going to be a hot button topic here.
Oh, no.
Because, like, you know, what show was that? You get married, the guy and the girl, they went and did the honeymoon, the abortion, you know what I'm talking about? We just watched some reality show. I don't know, man. But she was like, you know, she would get...
Love is Blind.
Yes.
Yep.
She was like, I would get an abortion if, you know, something was wrong or like, you know...
If it was developmentally disabled.
Right, something along those lines.
Because her career was working with people that were disabled.
Right. And like, I did that for years.
Yeah.
Like, I worked in the group home world for years. My dad and stepmom did too. So it's like, I've seen a lot. And I was like, you know, if we got, you know, the genetic testing done, which we did, and if something was present, it's like, I would have terminated. And that her fiance in that show was like, that's a deal breaker for me.
Yep.
And like I said, hot button. I don't think men should have any say in that. I mean, obviously there's a conversation to be had, but like, if I was like, I'm going to terminate this and you were like, no, I would have been like, go fuck yourself.
I do think, and I'm playing devil's advocate here because you and I agree on this.
Right.
Obviously. But I think it's at least valid for the man to voice like, no, I think we could do this, because it's scary.
Right.
No matter what, pregnancy, babies, horrifying.
Yeah.
It's a whole big life change. But I think it's part of it is just showing support for your partner, again, like I just said. So it's, I guess, like, yes, ultimately it should be the woman's decision. Totally agree. I just think there's still a conversation there of like, I understand if this is what you decide that you want to do. I just want you to know that I will support you and this baby no matter what.
Right. Yeah.
Whether that's you decide to have the baby with a disability or not, I'm here for you. And I think it needs to be framed that way, not like, no, that's my fucking baby. You're going to have it no matter what. She's carrying it. She's got to put her body through that. It's dangerous for her. It's dangerous for the baby.
That's my thing too. And that's why, you know, all the abortion laws and shit that have happened and, you know, probably still are that no one's just talking about. It's like, these old fucking farts. Don't you tell me how to live my life.
These old fucking farts. Yeah. Yeah, especially because they both don't want kids. And I mean, they're both still very young.
And it's like, does he not want kids because she said that and he actually does want kids?
Yeah.
Sounds like there's some underlying stuff going on here.
I mean, one of the biggest arguments you and I have ever had was on this exact topic just before our wedding.
Yeah, uh-huh.
I don't remember if it was the week of the wedding or like.
It was within the same month for sure.
But yeah, I mean, we had like a very real conversation because at that point, so for context, we got married when we were 25. You know, my whole, like all of teenage years into my early 20s, I was like, I will never have kids. I had seen all these studies about like how kids cost like roughly $1 million to raise from birth to 18. Mm-hmm. And I was like, shit, I could do a lot of stuff with $1 million. That's a lot of money. And then, you know, it was also like I was a selfish young man. I wanted to do what I wanted to do with my time. I wanted to be able to travel whenever I wanted. And that's a lot of people, that's what they do, right? Mm-hmm. They don't want kids because they do want to travel at will or go to concerts or dinners or whatever without having to think about anybody else. Your choice is your choice.
Yeah.
But like, you know, I think the way that I worded it when we talked about it was like, I cannot tell you right now that I will want to have mm-hmm. kids. And you said, well, then you need to figure this the fuck out because I know I want to have kids and I can't marry you if you can't match me on that. And we're married and we've been together a long time. So that's how that argument resolved. Yeah. Well, we got two kids now.
But not until like we were 30 when we had Bert.
Yeah, we had been married for 5 years, together for 10 when we had our first kid. So but I mean, it's a
huge, big, scary decision.
Yeah. And it takes two people. Mm-hmm. You have to be on the same page for stuff like that. And that's why, like, yeah, you don't want to talk about religion or politics or kids or whatever. And it's like, that shit's going to have to come up.
Right.
Sure, maybe not on your first Tinder date, but at some point you guys should probably talk about that stuff. Mm-hmm. And I think it also depends on how old you are. I mean, I'm glad we waited until we were 30.
Absolutely.
But I know we're also like, I say older parents. Because we're 32, we'll be 33 this year.
A lot of people that I went to school with had kids early 20s.
Yeah, 21.
Yeah. Or sooner. And it's like, God, it's hard now.
Right.
I couldn't have imagined doing this, you know, when I was in my early 20s.
Well, especially not like, I feel like we got to enjoy time with each other. Mm-hmm. I mean, we had a decade together.
Yeah.
Of just doing what we wanted. And like, granted, we didn't have the resources we have now, but like, we still got to travel mm-hmm. and like go to concerts and, you know, we got to do a lot of fun stuff. And then it was like, we reached a point where it's like, you know, what would really add to this experience is us having kids. And, you know, I'm very happy to be a father, mm-hmm. but
I still have that like imposter syndrome of like, who gave us permission to have kids? More than one kid.
Well, and I think mentally I'm still like that 25-year-old kid. And I'm 7 years older than that now. And yeah, I mean, you go to the hospital, you have a baby and they go, okay, here you go. Mm-hmm. You take this now. They
send you home. They keep you longer than they should for me. And then they're like, good luck.
Yeah.
Okay.
They don't give you a book. They don't. There's nobody comes to your house and checks in on you. It's just, here's a human being.
I remember with Bert, that doctor came in. I think he was a pediatrician or something, and he's like, "Yeah, look, I'll just put her right here on her face, and she'll turn, and I'm gonna cover her mouth and nose with this cloth. Look at how she turns away."
Yeah.
And he was like whipping her around, and I'm like, "Oh my, he's gonna kill my fucking baby, my hour-old child."
I felt like my eyes were ginormous because he's showing me all this stuff, and he's like, "No, but look, they've got like all these reflexes," and I was just like,
"Don't stop." Get away.
She's new. Go away. She doesn't know these things yet.
Whipping her around, and it's like, golly. And he's like, he does this all the time. Thousands of hundreds of millions of babies.
Yeah.
He's just like.
Every goddamn kid that goes to that hospital to get their mouth smothered by a cloth. And he's like, no, they're chilling. Check this shit out.
Watch him. Isn't this great? No, it's terrifying. Stop it.
Please stop doing that to my baby. So yeah, I mean, I think if I was in this situation, I think you gotta. I don't know if breaking up is necessarily what needs to happen, but there's got to be a real serious conversation.
You got to book it.
Run to the fucking hills.
Yeah. She gone.
Yeah, I was trying to read down through the reactions on the post, and like so much of it is just like, whoa.
Yeah.
He really escalated this shit quickly.
0 to 100.
Sounds like he really wants kids.
Yeah. There's no way that man does not want children.
Oh, somebody brought up, are you sure it was an accident?
Ooh, that gave me chillies. It wasn't. No, he's trying to trap her.
Yeah, you gotta go.
Got to go.
Get the fuck out of there.
Got to go.
Holy shit.
That does sound... It was planned. Gotta go. Cut him.
Oh, man. Oh, no.
Oh, shit. I didn't even once think of that.
I didn't either. And then I read that comment. It was like, ooh, God. Yeah, you gotta run. Run as fast as you can. Yeah, I'll leave a link to the thread in the description of the podcast. So if anybody wants to read down through it, you can.
That person's smart.
Yeah. Oof. All right. Next relationship advice. You ready? Okay. 28 male.
Okay.
27 male.
Okay.
30 female.
Whoa. Okay. 28, 27, 30.
So 2 men, 1 woman.
28 you, 27 you, 30 me. Got it.
Yes.
Okay.
Bits, no bits.
Okay. Bits, no bits.
My best friend confessed feelings to my girlfriend.
Okay.
She wants to cut him out of our life.
Okay.
So, are you ready?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Best friend, male best friend,
Yeah.
confesses feelings to my girlfriend. So, my best friend confesses feelings for you.
Okay. And I'm like, he gone.
Yes.
Okay.
Out of both of our lives.
Sure.
Okay. I said our life and not mine because she says that she cannot control me, but she never wants to be around him anymore. So if she and I are together, she doesn't want to see him. She also says I should really think about how good of a friend he is if he's confessing feelings and saying I love you to his best friend's girlfriend and future wife.
Okay.
I, 28 male, have been dating my girlfriend, 30 female, for 2 years now. And honestly, it's the best relationship of my life.
Aww.
We've discussed engagement and marriage and also have met each other's families. My best friend on the other hand, is someone I have known for almost 8 years and even lived with him for 4 years.
Okay.
In fact, that's how I met him, as roommates. Till 2 days ago, I never would have suspected that he saw my girlfriend in any other way than his best friend's girlfriend. And would-be life partner. But yesterday night, my girlfriend came home from the office and said we need to talk and told me what had transpired.
Okay.
My girlfriend and my best friend's office buildings are on the same tech park, so they occasionally see each other, and that's why my best friend joined her when she was having tea. It didn't surprise her. But what he said surprised her, though. The way this guy writes is not right.
Okay, yeah.
He told her that he was harboring a crush on her since I introduced them, and he could no longer keep it to himself since we were discussing getting engaged.
Okay.
He said he owed it to himself to tell her, and my girlfriend told him to fuck off and walked away. She also blocked him immediately on every platform. She then told me. I asked my best friend what the fuck happened, and he admitted, but also said he never asked her to cheat on me. He was just confessing his feelings. My girlfriend, on the other hand, says there's no point confessing his feelings if he definitely didn't have noble intentions, as he claims. He definitely didn't have. She says she doesn't want anything to do with him because he betrayed both of us and disrespected our relationship. I'm a little torn here. Of course, I am angry at him, but also I have a lot of history with the guy. I would appreciate some advice. Thank you.
Because I guess my initial thought was like, I feel like she's maybe leaving out some conversations. I can't imagine that this guy, his friend, was just like, hey, I really like you. Well, not that I think she was like, putting it out there too, but like maybe she was.
Yeah, I mean, totally could be.
Especially like the quick cutting him out of both of their lives. It's like, that sounds like she's afraid that he's going to let his friend know that something happened.
But I think in the world of like bros before hoes, I feel like your best friend would be like, yo, your girl has been saying some wild shit to me. Especially in this situation where like all of this stuff comes to light. I can't imagine the best friend would be like, oh no, it's been totally like chill. I feel like he'd be like, no, look at these pictures, look at these messages, whatever. Like, I feel like he'd be pretty quick to like, no, she feels the same way. You know what I mean? No?
I don't know. Because I guess it's like, yeah, okay, he was like, hey, I really like you. But was he like, you should leave Joe?
I mean, that's not what it says. It says that he just was confessing his feelings because they were talking about engagement.
I mean, you got to shoot your shot, I guess. But it's like, if you and him were friends for 8 years, I would never be like, cut him out. Maybe that's just me now after we've been together for this long, but.
Well, right. 2 years in, though, I feel like you're like, nah, he got to go. Because I flip it, right? Your best friend says she has feelings for me.
She's dead to me.
Exactly.
I'll fucking fight her.
Same thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's just.
That's true. Because, like, now, if homegirl was like, yeah, he's a babe, I'd be like, yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, check him out.
She's like, oh, I really like him. Me too.
Which I think is just, like, a different confidence level in your relationship where you're just like, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he's the tits.
I fucking hit that on the reg. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, and especially, like, the other thing, too, is, like, they're 20. The boyfriend is 28. The girlfriend is 30. Like, they're not young kids.
Right.
And I think, you know, the best friend, sure, shoot your shot. And I will also assume they spent time around each other. They've gone to dinners and, like, they've been around each other a fair amount, I'm sure. So it's like, oh, I really like her sense of humor. Oh, she looks great.
Right.
You know, like,
I guess that's still weird, though, that he was, like, trying to shoot his shot when I would imagine that he knew, you know, the couple was like talking. Obviously he did, because he's like, I'm going to shoot my shot before it's too late.
Right.
It's like, that's kind of disrespectful.
Yeah, but it's also like every rom-com ever.
Well.
You know what I mean? Like, it's always like, no, you can't marry him. You have to be with me.
Right. And then he's going to bust down the door.
Right.
Like, no, love me instead.
And I'm sure somewhere in the world that is somebody's love story.
Yeah. Grey's Anatomy,
it
happened.
In at least 3 separate episodes.
With Jackson and April. Spoiler alert.
Oh, man.
And the EMT guy.
Oh, that EMT guy.
I don't remember his name.
But yeah, I mean, so I guess, like, if you were going to say, like, cut him out or don't cut him out.
You're right. Like, now I'd be like, yeah, I'm hot. What's up? Not like, what's up, but like, you can't have me. But then you're right. Like, I would probably.
Because I guess the other thing, too, is like the girlfriend did, like, immediately let him know. Like, hey, your best friend said this stuff. Which is why I don't think that she would be, like, saying some, like, gross shit on the side. I think she's going, no, I'm committed to you. I need you to understand that your best friend, I think, in my opinion, kind of betrayed your trust. Because I think if the best friend came to the friend and was like, hey, man, I think I have feelings for your girl. That's a whole different. I'm punching you in the fucking mouth immediately. What do you mean? No, go away. But then to like just go straight to her,
right,
and just assume that you're going to be like, oh, I feel the same way.
Right. And she's like, let's leave this guy.
Yeah, fuck this dude.
We work in the same tech park.
Maybe we can convince him on a threesome.
Could be.
No, she was like, nah, fuck you. I think if it was me, my recommendation would be to cut him off. Get rid of him. He's not your best friend.
Well, that's true. If he's trying to snatch your girl on the side.
Yeah. And also, I'm Mr. Burn the Bridge. So,
that's true.
Burn that fucking bridge, baby. You don't need that asshole.
I even have a sweatshirt that says that.
Yeah.
We'll burn that bridge when we get there.
Yeah. Because what's that? There's a saying that's like, let the bridges we burn light the way.
Something like that. Mm-hmm.
Baby, we got bright ass lights.
It's like staring into the sun.
Yeah. I mean, and it seems like most people are like, yeah, don't Don't fucking hang out with that dude.
Yeah.
And then like this person said people don't confess to someone unless they're hoping that person will leave their current partner for them.
Yeah.
He crossed a line and you're no longer a friend. Your girlfriend is 100% correct. Right. I agree. Yeah, fuck that dude. So.
Best friend, my foot.
So those were all of the relationship advice threads that I had.
Okay.
There was 2 others, but again, those are now gone. Do you want me to at least read the titles to you? Because I read the titles and I was like, ooh. So the one was, how do I, 31 male, be delicate but firm and honest about my pregnant girlfriend, 27 female, wish to be a stay-at-home mom?
You just got to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have the whole thread here because
it
it got deleted, but yeah, I mean, talk to your partner.
Right. Can you financially afford for her to stay at home? No, then unfortunately.
But also, childcare is stupid expensive.
It's super expensive.
And then the other one that I had that I thought you would really find interesting.
Okay.
My 22 male, me, I'm the male.
22 man.
Girlfriend, 22 female.
Me. Okay, we're both 22.
Is mad at me because I changed my sister, 24 female, diaper.
Why would I be mad at you?
So I did read this one before it got deleted. I don't want to like try and quote everything.
Sure.
But his sister is developmentally disabled.
Okay.
She lives with her parents because she can't take care of herself. The parents were out of town. The brother was helping to watch his sister.
Sure. I'm sure he's done it hundreds of times.
She pooped. She needed cleaned up, so he cleaned her up.
Right. Who else would have done it?
Exactly.
Ew, leave her. She gone.
And then, the girlfriend, she had like called or texted or something, asked what he was up to. He was like, oh man, it was just a mess. Had to clean my sister's diaper up, whatever. And then I guess she got like really weird and then accused him of having an incestuous relationship with his sister.
What? Ew, no. Homie's gone. Yeah. Goodbye.
Yeah. That's
how fucking insensitive, you garbage person.
Yeah. Yeah. To say the least.
Ew, that one made me mad.
Well, that's why that one I felt like especially would hit home for you because you took care of people that couldn't take care of themselves for so long. And you had gotten feedback from people in your life that, why would you do that? Why would you wipe ass for a living?
Yeah.
Because nobody else, they can't do it themselves.
Someone needs to do it.
Right. Which is
garbage people.
Which is why we also didn't want to take on the responsibility of having a disabled kid because it's a lot more than people I think understand, especially depending on what the disability is.
Right.
So I have some Am I the Asshole threads. Do we want to start that today?
Let's do one.
Okay.
Because yes, I am an asshole.
Because I'm toxic. Because I get in the fucking cold plunge.
Cold plunge, so I'm toxic.
so this one's pretty short, but I think it's pretty straightforward.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for leaving my son's wedding after he denied his stepmom a mother-son dance? My son, quote, Jordan, is 27.
Jordan's 27.
His stepmom, Natalie, came into his life when he was 16.
Okay. 27 and 16, 11 years.
11 years.
Quick math.
His mom had passed away when he was 13.
Okay.
So, really, Natalie's been in his life almost as long as his mom was in his life. Jordan never really considered Natalie as his mom.
Okay.
He refused to let her get close and shut down every attempt to have a close relationship. He even moved in with his aunt months after Natalie and I got married.
Okay. Yeah. Tough time. I get it.
Well, you lose your mom. Your dad gets married to somebody new 3 years later. I don't know if they were divorced before.
Right.
Whatever. As years went by, they started reconciling and seeing each other more often. Okay. He invited us to the wedding, which took place days ago.
Okay.
We got there. The atmosphere was great until later when I found out that Jordan had denied Natalie a mother-son dance and instead chose his aunt to dance with him. Natalie told me this minutes later, and I couldn't help but feel irritated and quite upset. I decided to get up and leave, and we both left. I got calls from my family after they saw me leave, and Jordan called later, and I told him why I did. He got mad and said it was his wedding and that his aunt is basically a mother to him, and said that Natalie shouldn't expect special treatment. I said it's not special treatment, but a tradition. Besides, that hurt her feelings for no reason other than for the sake of being malicious. He got offended and accused me of ruining his day and causing a scene. Now the family sided with him and said I shouldn't have left no matter what.
Ooh, I know you were reading and couldn't see my visceral reaction to this. He's an asshole. Fuck him. The dad.
Uh-huh.
Tradition? Fuck it. Ooh. This is a good one to end on because mommy is hot.
Uh-huh.
Don't you fucking tell me how to do my wedding. Take your tradition and shove it up your poopy old man butt.
Respect.
Because it doesn't matter what Natalie wants or what daddy wants. It's Jordan's wedding.
Right.
And if Jordan feels like he has a better relationship with his aunt, sorry, Natalie, you're not his mom.
Well,
he doesn't feel like that about you. Poo-poo on you. Go cry somewhere else. And like they left his wedding.
And you aren't his mom.
Right.
And he moved in with his aunt after his dad got married to Natalie. So, yeah, I could see why he would think of his aunt as more of a mom.
And maybe Natalie is a wonderful woman. But, you know, if Jordan, you know, was still grieving his mom, which he probably wouldn't be for the rest of his life, especially if she passed when he was that young.
Right.
It's like, unfortunately, Natalie, honey, you will never be his mom.
Right.
You might be, you know, stepmom, maybe. But it's also like, I'm sure he harbored some resentment for her. Because I do right now. I feel like, shame on Natalie, though, for tattling. I mean, like, yeah, he denied me this dance. It's like, you could have maybe talked about that later.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to there's no need to discuss it then and there.
Because I guess, like, I was thinking, like, did we tell people we weren't doing these dances? Because, like,
we did mother, son, father, daughter dances, didn't we?
No. I don't think I danced with my stepdad.
I guess
dollar dance.
Well, yeah, I guess that's what I was thinking of. It was the dollar dances where we ended up dancing with family members.
Yeah, because I think at least we told the DJ, it's like, we don't want to do these. I didn't even want to do the dollar dance, but we ended up doing it anyway.
And I guess we didn't do mother-son dance because, like, you know, my mom wasn't there. Right.
And I was like, I don't want to dance with my dad.
I don't have a stepmom. I would have danced with Mrs. Crew, but she left after the ceremony. Your dad was there, but he was already obliterated drunk by that point. Yeah, I guess we didn't. I guess we didn't do those dances.
But yeah, the dad is an asshole, 100%.
Yeah, agreed. I think you're really trying to project what you want on your son, and I think if you haven't learned yet, your son's 27. If you haven't learned yet that your son is their own individual person and they get to make their own decisions, you're going to be severely disappointed.
And as you know, people poo-pooed because we didn't have a religious wedding.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, tradition. Blah, 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 blah. No.
Yeah.
We are not traditional people.
Well, yeah.
So it's like, I'm not going to do a wedding for you.
Because I remember people asked us, you know, why wouldn't you do a religious wedding? And it's like, because I'm not committing to anybody but my wife.
We're not religious people.
Right.
This is like, I'm not going to.
Yeah, we didn't get married in a church.
No.
We didn't have anything about God and our vows. And our wedding was fucking awesome.
It was so awesome.
It was a lot of fun.
It was great.
And our ceremony was like 10 minutes maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think if it makes your son happy, that's all that should matter.
Right.
Especially on his wedding day.
If he wants to dance with his aunt, let him fucking dance with her. He doesn't need to dance with anybody else.
And I guess they didn't specify that it was the dad's sister, so I'm assuming it was his mom's sister.
That's what I assumed.
So like,
I'm sure that made him feel close to his mom.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Is like, you know, not only was it somebody that helped raise him into adulthood, but then also was probably there as that mother figure, somebody that reminded him of his mom.
Sorry, Dad, Natalie ain't it.
You're the asshole, Dad.
Goodbye.
And I'll read the top comment because I think it's a good one.
Okay.
You're the asshole. Your wife has never been his mother, and he has every right to not have a mother-son dance with her.
Yeah.
I strongly suspect this isn't the first time you've chosen your wife over your son, and is probably why he moved in with his aunt. If you want any kind of a relationship with your son going forward, I very much recommend both you and your wife apologize for throwing a tantrum at his wedding.
Absolutely. If I wasn't so cold, I'd clap.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Bonjour. Bonjour.
So, yeah.
Poo on them. They stink.
That just makes me, that one especially makes me angry because we had so many people.
We did.
Like, really push back on our choices for the wedding and why we did certain things. And we had like middle ground, right? So like one of the things that we did was we had, it's called a ring warming. So both of our wedding rings were hanging on like a ribbon.
Yeah.
And you could hold them, and if you wanted to pray, you could pray. If you wanted to bless them, you could bless them.
Curse them. Whatever you wanted to do, you had a private moment with our wedding rings to do so.
Yep. So no matter who you praise or don't praise, you had the opportunity to include them without us needing to give you permission.
Because our vows were like, love is like owning a dog.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we had Randy and Frank in our wedding. Like, they were able to go to the ceremony.
Yep.
And we walked them. Well, I guess Chrissy and your brother walked him down the aisle, and we walked him back up.
Right. And then we had...
it was great. I'd love to do it again. I do. I say it all the time. I'd love to get married again. If anyone wants to invite us to a wedding, I'd love to go.
Yeah.
Not that I'm thirsty, but I'm so dehydrated for a wedding. I want to go so bad.
Yeah, so if you want to send us your wedding invites, I
would love to go.
We would gladly show up at random people's weddings.
Absolutely. God.
It'll be like Wedding Crashers.
I'd cry. I love love. I love seeing love.
Do you want me to read how falling in love is like owning a dog to you?
No, not right now.
Okay.
Because I would cry.
I can put a link to that in the description too.
We'll put a link to it. But I don't want you to. I don't want to hear you read it.
All right. Well, we'll end on that. Am I the asshole? I had a couple more. Am I the assholes and an Ask Reddit. Do you want to do one of our questions?
Yeah. We'll save those for next time because I'm sure we have our own Am I the asshole question. Oh, we already did that one. What was your first screen name?
Oh. What was my first screen name?
I remember mine.
What was yours?
Pyro Chick 325.
Pyro Chick. I remember you telling me that. So I had one. I don't remember what it was. However, the one that I used the most. Oof. This feels real weird to admit. Was St. Loons, as in the St. Lunatics.
Okay.
Nellie's like rap group.
Yeah.
It was STLUNS 2 because I had the first one and then it got locked out.
You had to get the second one.
So I was St. Loons 2 for a long time.
Oh, I've never known that.
And then I switched it to Lax Boy in high school when I played lacrosse.
I was Softball Chick.
See? Yeah, so it was Lax Boy 0924 was my screen name.
And then I remember I had like a bunch of throwaways.
Oh. Did you like creep on people with your throwaways or like try to catch people slipping?
I think it was more just like chat rooms. Because, you know, we were never who we really... ASL, I was like 11 or 13. I was like, I'm 17, female from who fucking knows where.
My favorite was like, what do you look like?
Red hair, green eyes, athletic.
Oh my God, you sound
hot.
so hot. Or like, I remember the like go-to question when you were talking to a girl was like, what size are your boobs?
Oh my God. It was always, what's your bra size?
Yeah.
And you could say
anything. You could say anything. Any size. Go ahead.
Because you're a 12-year-old boy and you're like, what's a cup size?
Yeah.
Do you have boobies?
0 frame of reference.
Do you have nipples?
But then,
I'm for it.
But then she'd be like 32C and you'd be like, oh God, I want to touch them. Yeah. It was just like.
It was such a simpler time.
The wild fucking West. Holy shit.
Because, you know.
I feel like we could do a whole episode just on chat rooms.
Yeah, because you'd make a screen name for someone you weren't. And then, like, you'd get these creepos, probably some, 12-year-old boy or 85-year-old man.
Yeah.
Just super fucking creepy. And then you never use that one again.
It's really funny, like, thinking about it now, and I don't know that I would actually want to know, but it's like, it would be interesting to know who the people were on the other end of those chats. Because, boy, there was some real fucking raunchy shit that went down in chat rooms.
Just dark, nasty, grimy stuff. But you were like, this is the greatest thing because you were so young being someone you weren't.
Well, and you were adolescent and just like fucking
horny all the time for anything.
Yeah. And I had dial-up internet then. So it's like, baby, there wasn't no watching videos.
No.
It was all fucking theater of the mind because...
You didn't need anything more than red hair, green eyes, athletic. And you're just like, yes.
I know exactly what she looks like and she's perfect.
You just pull model photos off some random website.
God. You know how often I was an Abercrombie model? And like, it was always... Because I remember even then, I don't think you could send pictures through chat. So you had to email them through like their screen name at AOL.com and like email them the pictures. So then like this is like early days of Google. Might have even still been like Ask Jeeves, Yahoo.
Ask Jeeves, take me back.
And so then like you would just like Google Abercrombie model male or like men's Abercrombie model. And then you just find like some fucking shredded dude in like board shorts. And you're like, this is definitely me. And they're like, oh, send me another picture. And you're like, I can't.
Or they're like, this isn't you. And you're just like blocked.
You're right. Yeah. Well, I guess I won't talk to them anymore.
And then you go jump out of that chat room to go get in a different chat room.
Do you remember like chat rooms were all organized? Like they had themes.
Yes.
So it was like, there was like a teen party chat room.
You know, those were all nasty old men.
Yeah. And then there was like lesbian chat rooms and gay chat rooms. So like, I remember being in the lesbian chat rooms, like I can change them. They'll want to be with me instead because I'm such a studly little 12-year-old. Or my other hope was like, maybe there's more than one girl on the other side and I'll be like, we'll really get in there. And it was all dudes. We were all, it was just a sausage fest. Every single one of them was just dudes. And then I feel like the evolution to that then was like Omegle or chat roulette. Did you do chat roulette?
I didn't.
Oh,
or maybe I
God.
tried once with some girlfriends, but it was just like penises.
I remember me and Matt, he had a MacBook, so it had like a built-in webcam. I remember right after I got my chest tattoo, I sat there shirtless, right? So like you really could just see like mid-chest up. And I was just like, you know, clicking through cameras and like, yeah, half of them were just dudes jerking their cocks. And then like you'd come across the occasional semi-attractive female and you're like, please don't go anywhere. Please talk to me.
Because it's like the button, right? Where they just click off.
There's just like...
do people still do this?
I think Omegle is still like a really big thing. I don't know if chat roulette's still around. But like, yeah, there's just a button that just says next. So like either person can just click next and it'll take both of you to another chat. But yeah, it's just a lot of like dudes in dark rooms just like jacking off. And it's like, I mean, like you're not talking to anybody.
It just seems like a lot of work to like try to do that to yourself. And then like, maybe I guess they don't click next. They don't have to.
The person on the other end is clicking next.
Yeah.
I do remember like there was at least a couple of people that like I had legitimate conversations with. So like that was kind of cool. But like other than that, it was a lot of like really gross fat dudes jerking off. That I feel like that was the evolution of chat rooms. And now it's probably like Instagram comments or TikTok comments or something like that. Like, or a lot of people meet on World of Warcraft.
Oh.
Which I guess is kind of the equivalent of a chat room, is like, here's this common interest. It's got to happen with like Overwatch chat and League of Legends chat and that kind of stuff. I don't know how people meet. We met on Facebook.
Yeah.
Well, kind of. But yeah, like
it's hard meeting people out in today's world.
It's got to be. And there's got to be like so much more like effort that goes into it, I have to imagine. Because now it's like, you know, back before social media was a big thing, it was like you had to call people like on the phone, home phones.
Yeah.
Like a phone that was plugged into the fucking wall that anybody in the house could pick up another phone and listen in on.
Well, because I remember too, you know, when cell phones started becoming popular, like smartphones, you had, what was it? Not W9, T9.
Oh, yeah.
Or like you had to like, A was 1 click, B was 2 clicks, C was 3 clicks.
Yeah.
And you had to like, and predictive text. Oh my God, predictive text.
Yeah.
Like, how does it do it?
Yeah. And you could get really fast at it.
Oh my God.
I got to the point that I could text inside of my hoodie pocket and nail it every time.
That's just something like touchscreens you can't do.
No, it was so tactile. And that's why like every smartphone I had at first had a full keyboard on it.
Yeah.
Ugh, man, those are the days.
I remember I would wear my numbers. The clear coat was gone because I would text so much.
Well, you had like nails though.
Well, not like
big acrylic,
right.
but like, you know,
I was a lady.
Longer
I got nails. Yeah.
Because it's like, I never had that problem.
Like the buttons would like severely wear.
You don't need to see them.
No, because I know what they are.
Yeah.
Texting like a maniac.
But yeah, I mean, like, you know, dating somebody. I remember like passing notes in school.
Oh my God, the way you'd fold them. That said a lot about how much you liked somebody.
And then like decorating the margins or like when you folded it, like decorating the outside of it.
Coloring it, scented gel pens.
And maybe that's still like a cute romantic thing that happens. I mean, we had a notebook when we started dating where we'd write notes back and forth to each other. And then the
whiteboard at the apartment.
And so it's like, you know, we kind of grew up in like, it was a weird blend of like analog and digital. So it's like, I can't imagine like in a world where everything is digital and there's like, I don't know, 6 major social media platforms plus however many dating websites and like,
Right, when you had MySpace and you could like put them in your top whatever.
Because I saw, I want to say it was like on Hulu or something. There was an ad that came up for a dating website and I don't remember what it was called. But their tagline was the dating app that's meant to be deleted. And I thought that was such a brilliant tagline because it's like, no, you're supposed to find your person and then take this shit off of your phone. And it's like, oh, what a brilliant
Well, at first I was
tagline.
like, oh, that's where you like find a hookup and then delete it.
Oh, no.
But okay, yeah, that's really sweet then.
Yeah, it's like,
you know, you find your person, then you delete it.
Because like how many people are like dating people on Tinder or whatever and still swiping on Tinder? You know, so that was all it was. And
well, then that's sweet.
I was like,
at first I was
cute.
like, ugh, no, that's sweet. Disgusting. Like Ashley Madison? Stephanie Madison?
No, I think it was Ashley Madison. Yeah, it was a whole site just for married people to cheat. And then there was a massive leak of every person that had bought into this site, every message they sent. So like, people's marriages fucking
exploded.
Tanked. And then the guy that started the site, I guess, got like the shit suit out of him. And then the site shut down.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, all he did was provide a service that people wanted.
Right.
Which is where it was like, I don't, you know.
It's not his fault.
You can be mad at the guy if you want, but like, he's not making you use the service.
You opted to do that yourself. He didn't twist your arm.
Because there was like a lot of people that blamed their marriages failing on him having that site.
Get out of town. You're the asshole, buds.
Like, well, you had to seek the site out.
Right.
You had to be looking for a way to cheat on your partner.
Get out of town.
Yeah. Crazy.
You're gross.
But like, yeah, that dude probably made a fuckload of money.
Oh, of course course he did.
Which, hey, go get your bag, baby.
Get that bag.
Yeah.
Shame on those people for suing him.
Well, I think also, the hack and then ultimate leak.
Well,
I think there was a lot of like financial damage that happened just because of that. Obviously, people withdrawing their memberships and stuff. Like, nobody's going to be like, "Oh, sign me up for the site that gets hacked."
Right.
All my payment information and shit got taken.
Well, like, yeah, okay.
But yeah, I think there was people that like really went after that dude. And I remember the guy just got flamed online for even like creating the site. It's the same thing. Like, and don't get me wrong, that dude that had, what was it? Are You Up?
Oh yeah, I remember I watched that documentary.
He was a piece of shit. Mm-hmm. But like, yeah, revenge porn is wrong. But all he did was just provide a location. Nobody's making you use it. Right. I think it's gross, but it was like.
He was gross. He manipulated a lot of women.
Or like
too.
the guy that did Girls Gone Wild.
Oh, yeah.
I also think he was kind of a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But like, and was probably taking advantage of young, impressionable girls.
Drunk girls.
Yeah. You know what? I take it back. Girls Gone Wild was gross.
He was gross.
Yeah. But also, like, man, 3 a.m.
Oh my God, came lived. Up. Talk Sex with Sue, Bliss, Girls Gone Wild commercials.
Bliss. Oh my
God.
God.
There was a lesbian one where it was like a rich businesswoman took in this homeless girl. And I was like, am I gay? I was like, I might be.
Yeah, because Bliss was like
softcore porn after Talk Sex with Sue. Yeah. I know she's long past, but...
Is she dead?
She was like 80 when we were kids.
I need to know for sure.
Sue died years ago.
I need to know if Sue is alive or not.
I do too. I'd like to know. I hope she passed peacefully, doing what she loved. Because I remember she had like those little wooden...
Oh, yeah. Sue Johansson.
Little artistic dolls. I learned so much from her. And then...
She is still alive.
No, she's not.
She is. She's 92. She was born in 1930.
Sue.
Apparently her show is still on the air.
What? Can you watch it for free? Sue.
I'm sure we could probably find it.
Can she adopt me?
Wow.
Wow.
It actually says on IMDb the series has been running from 2002 until present.
What?
That's amazing.
Oh, God, my life is complete.
Oh, wait. What?
Oh, no.
It just says it's only one season, but I felt like it was on for a lot longer than that. Wow.
That's still, oh my God, I'm so happy she's alive.
I remember just like her holding up dildos and like waving them around and like rolling condoms down
when she
onto
turned
them
on and it was like and she'd have like she'd have the two little dolls to like
show positions and stuff. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm glad she's still alive.
I am too.
I feel like
this like nostalgic part of the episode came up. I don't know. Maybe we'll split this.
I know. I feel like we're really going down a rabbit hole.
Talk Sex with Sue.
Well, it was that question.
I know.
Which I guess is the point of those questions, is to like drive conversation. But like, I totally even forgot what she looked like.
Oh, I didn't. I knew she was embedded into my brain. Wow, she's still alive. That's great.
Amazing.
Yeah, Bliss. I always wanted to be a Girls Gone Wild girl.
Yeah, and Suicide Girl.
Mm-hmm. Golly, Suicide Girls. They don't make them like they used to.
No.
Suicide Girls isn't... Yeah, it's not. It's not what it was. Because you had to be, like, truly alternative.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to be a gatekeeper on what alternative is, because I felt like...
I'm just thinking, like, back then.
Yeah. But, yeah, you used to be, like... You had to be like heavily tattooed or heavily pierced. Mm-hmm. You know, you had to very obviously look like what people would call maybe like an other kind of person.
Because now it's like, from what I have seen,
you're just a really sexy woman with a tattoo.
A tattoo. Some of them don't have any tattoos
that you can see.
Yeah, because I feel like it used to be like, I don't know. I just wanted to be one so bad. I remember I filled out an application and they were like, lit. Go get a photo shoot done.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know anyone to do that. I'm like, 18, freshly 18.
Yeah. I remember there was a group of guys that I hung out with at the tattoo shop that we were going to start a male version of Suicide Girls. Because there was also, I think it was called God's Girls or God, something like that.
Okay.
It was Suicide Girls, but just a different title. It was a different group or whatever. And we were going to start the male equivalent, and we were just all going to go fucking hang dong and like just be like, you call me Mike Honcho.
Because I know we have the coffee table book of the Suicide Girls.
I got it signed. Mm-hmm. That was from Hell City in like 2008 or 2009.
Because I remember looking through it, and I was like, am I gay?
Yo.
For some of you.
Yeah. Because I remember I was so anxious to like go up to the booth to buy the book, because like the whole booth was just manned by Suicide Girls.
Yeah.
And then like, you know, they had the books open to the pages that they were on. So like, not only are you talking to these women, there are just pictures of them naked in front of you, and you're just like,
oh my God.
Hi.
Your nipples are right here. Huh?
I can't even legally drink. Hi. And like, I remember, and I'm sure, right, they were flirting with everybody, right? Because what's going to drive sales better than like beautiful women? And like, the funniest thing was like they had like their makeup and stuff done, but like they were just dressed like normal people.
Right.
It's not like they were wearing like fucking swimsuits or anything. And I just remember being like, like just like an anime character, just like drool out of the corner of my mouth, a little teardrop appeared in front of my face. And the one girl was like, "Oh my God, you're so cute." And I was just like,
Me?
I gotta go to the jewelry store. I'll be right back. And I'd have to go look at it. I thought she wrote it in the book too, and it was just like,
you just felt so special.
Yeah. And I was just in love. I was just obsessed at that point. I was just like, "Who are you? You're my dream girl." And yeah, I bought a t-shirt and that coffee table book. You still have that t-shirt, don't you? Or did you get rid of it?
Because I remember I
wore out or something.
I spilled hot chocolate on it, and then for some reason we cut the sleeves off. Maybe there's a hole in it, and then you had worn it in one of those pictures. You were at the car dealership, I thought.
Babe, no, that was
my Fox Racing shirt.
That was a zebra Fox Racing shirt. You've got that Suicide Girl shirt.
No, I threw it away.
Oh.
Because it had holes in it all over.
Oh, we had that shirt for a long
Until
time.
recently, I threw it away, remember? Yeah. It was a sad day.
It was a medium, and it, on me, was very
At this house,
small.
I threw it away.
It was a schmedium.
After Craig was born, even. I had it for a long time.
But anyways, I bought that shirt and a coffee table book, and they signed the inside of the book. And yeah, I haven't looked at that book, I don't know, since I bought it.
Yeah.
But it was just like, I love you.
Uh-huh. I remember flipping through it at the apartment.
I would do anything for you right now. What do you want from me? Praise be.
Oh, man. The world is just a different place.
It really is. But also, like, exactly the same with just more access.
Yeah. Because, like, Suicide Girls just felt so special, too, because it's like no one knew about it.
Well,
I guess most people maybe don't now anyway.
But I think, like, Suicide Girls then was, like, especially, like, we were young tattooed people. It was, like, these are the people that you're typically attracted to.
Right.
And so it's, like, now, because, like, Playboy or, like, Penthouse or, like, any of those, it was, like, blonde hair, big boobs,
America's Next Top Model.
Yeah. Super skinny girls, whatever. And like Suicide Girls felt like real women.
Real people, different body shapes and colors of the rainbow and whatever. Yeah. It felt more inclusive than that.
And like, I don't know how big it is now. I'm sure that their social medias have a lot of followings and stuff, but like, you know, like Playboy isn't even a fucking thing anymore. Yeah. Hugh Hefner died, and then everybody was like, abandoned ship.
Yeah. Because one of his wives had a show, I thought.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought that they had a bunch of like spin-off reality shows that they did.
I never watched them.
I didn't either. No, that was I wasn't quite into reality TV at that point, or like I had plenty of other shit I was watching. Right. I'm sure, because I'm sure that was like it was on after Dog the Bounty Hunter or something. You know what I mean? Like,
I never watched that.
Yeah, I didn't really either.
I feel you though. I know what you mean.
Man, we went down a nostalgia rabbit hole. I feel like we could just keep going on this for like another 3 hours. I know, that's why
I was like, we'll have to cut it like a half hour ago.
Nah, we'll leave it.
It's just a long one.
Yeah.
Last week was sad, and this one is just
nostalgic.
Full
of fucking sexy stuff at the end.
Oh my God. I'm so glad Sue's alive.
Yeah. I feel like I need to set up like a Google alert for her name. So then whenever
she does pass,
I can know for sure. So then it's like, oh, R.I.P. Sue.
We can light a candle and put it in the window.
We'll get a little printed out picture of her and just put it in front of the candle.
Yes. We'll go buy a flower and then we'll put it in the river and
let it drift away.
We'll have our own Viking funeral for Sue.
We'll get one of those little posable dolls.
Yeah.
And we'll like tape Sue's face to it.
Aww.
And then we'll like, I don't know, light the end of a dildo on fire or something and like send it up the...
That's what propels the boat.
Oh, that's even better.
Long live Sue Johnson?
Johansson?
Long live Sue J.
Sue J. Now I'm just picturing somebody like kayaking down the river, and here comes this little boat with a dildo on the...
It has to be the kind with like the clitoral stimulation and then the dildo part, so it's like... It's like a rudder.
Rudder, yeah, I think.
I know boats.
Starboard.
And there's like a little wooden artistic doll with this old lady's face taped onto it. What the hell?
Now I feel like we need, like, in the background, we need a little posable doll with Sue's face on it.
We do.
And then whenever she passes, it'll just disappear from the podcast set.
She'll never leave my heart.
We'll just wear all black for that episode.
Just be a mourning episode.
Yeah, we could talk about the stages of grief.
Oh, yeah. Pick your poison. You want 5, 7, or 12? 9. 5, 7, 9, or 12.
How many you want? You get a 9-piece combo.
How many synonyms can we use? Cluckety cluckin'. What combo you chucking?
Sipping on sadness. Yeah.
I'm so glad she's alive. You know, when I'm feeling down the next handful of weeks, you're like, you know what?
Sue's still
alive.
I bet she's still getting dick, too.
Oh, my God.
And if she's not, she's got the toys to keep herself happy.
You know she's getting it thrown at her.
Which is like, she's 93 or whatever.
Good
I said.
For her.
She's got a healthy sex life. Wow. I don't know if I'm going to have it in me at 93, but hey, good on you.
Yeah. That's why we got to...
It just makes me think, like, that means when we were watching that show, it had to have easily been 15 to 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So, we were 13 to... So that means she was still in her 70s when we were watching that show, which is like, oh shit, she was like really our grandma.
Yeah.
just out here giving people like real. Oh, and I just remember her being like no nonsense.
Yeah.
Just like, somebody would call in and they're like, my boyfriend broke up with me. I'm real sad about it. She's like, go fucking finger blast yourself real quick. And you're going to feel a whole lot fucking better.
She was.
Yeah. I mean, like, she was just, you know what you need? You need to go get some dick.
Because what's it called when guys are like, talking to their bros back when, and they're like, you got to jerk it before you think about it or before you call her. What's that called?
I mean, Ben and I used to call it wailing and reevaluating.
Yes. Because it was on that Maxwell show.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you got to wail and then reevaluate. So
that's what it was.
If she calls you in the middle of the night to come over to her house, you got to go jerk off first and then think, is it really worth it?
That's what Sue was like too.
Yeah.
I just remember her being such a pivotal part of my life.
I feel like she was somebody that was just like, she was ahead of her time.
She really was.
And I feel like maybe that's a big part of why our generation is the way they are sexually, is because there was somebody that was like generations older than us that was like, hey, it's okay to go get some dick. Hey, be safe when you have sex, but go get you some. Hey, it's okay to explore your body.
Yeah.
And like get to know
because
who you are.
Because that's not something that we ever were taught or talked about.
Well, and you know, America is a very Christian nation. So like all things sex are taboo.
Yeah.
Masturbation will make you go blind.
Oh my. Yeah.
You know, erections are the devil's nose.
Right.
You know
abstinence,
what I mean?
Like, abstinence.
Oh, did you guys do that with sex education where you had abstinence cards?
No.
We
could. I just don't remember.
Oh, okay. Well, I remember they gave us plastic cards that looked like credit cards, and we had to sign the back, and it was like an abstinence pledge that you would remain abstinent.
We did that
until marriage or whatever. Because of course, I was like really heavy in the church at that point too. And I was just like, I'll never have sex with anybody until I'm married to them.
And then eventually you're like, bye.
Oh, yeah. I threw that fucking card away when it was probably like 14 or 15. When like the hormones are really fucking just going. You're like, ain't no piece of plastic stopping me, baby. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we ever. Because I remember like 5th grade, the boys got sectioned off into a different room. And then the girls were like, your body's going to be changing. And
periods.
Yeah.
Pubic hair. I remember I felt like they made such a big deal about like your voice changing and like pubic hair.
Yeah.
You're going to have a hairy vagina. You're going to have a hairy penis. Region.
And I remember a red condom on a banana.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember that. I really do feel like, from what I can remember of it, so much of it was just like anatomy.
Yeah.
It was like...
It was a lot of that. Mm-hmm.
It was like, this is the penis. These are the testicles. This is the clitoris.
Right.
This is the labia. It was just like, okay.
And then I remember in health class in high school, it was probably the same video we've all seen of like the black hairy bush and a baby coming out.
Oh, I do remember the video.
And I was like, wow.
I didn't look. I didn't. It happened. It was on the TV, but I was just like, I don't want to see this.
But it's like, of course they didn't show you the C-section. It's like, that's what I wanted to see. Well, not then, but like.
I remember before we had the baby, wow, we're going down a fucking
I know.
We got to wrap up here at some point. We watched a video of them doing a C-section on a cadaver.
Yes, I do remember that.
And that was like, what the fuck? Because they got to cut through like every layer of skin.
Because we didn't go in thinking that. And we didn't watch that until like then.
Yeah, shortly before.
Yeah, like the night before, like just in case, what is this? What?
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm a live person and I was awake.
Yep.
Twice.
Yep. Yeah. And look at you. You can still.
Look at me.
You're still a person that's
I'm
alive
still out
and
here
awake.
fucking doing it. I know I'm alive. I'm awake.
Yeah.
I put myself in a cold bucket of water. I've done 30 minutes of lifting for the last 5 days.
Look out, world. Here we go.
Am I the asshole? Yes.
Every time.
All day, every day.